it's taking its time. What's he gone, is he? He's gone in the other room. Good question. Look. Possibly. Are we live? That's a good question. Oh, hang on. There it is. Woohoo! We are live. Excellent. There I am on the screen. Nice. Okay, shut that down. Chat is open. Okay. So close that for now. It's ready. Live streams, got it. Don't need to record because it's going straight out. Okay. Welcome to all you lovely people out there. So just so you know, we're doing it slightly differently tonight. Our altar is over there. We've got incense on the go, candles are lit. We've got a little crystal grid going on at the bottom of the altar. Because we're going to do it slightly differently this evening to what we did last night. We're still going to cast a circle. I'm not sure if we're going to call anyone in yet. This is all done on the fly. It's all been done on the fly. Right, Smurf, you can lay down here. Look, there's a space there for you. All right. Let me just sort the blanket out for the dog. Obviously, the dog is very important in the magical workings. Come on then. You lay down there, look. Lay down. Lay down, good boy. Good boy. There we go. Sorted. Okay. So as an extension of what we were doing last night, where we connected to and activated your higher heart chakra, which is in between the heart and the throat. So it's around where that knobbly bit is. Around here, yeah. So we're expanding on that this evening, and I have no idea where this is going to go. It's all up to the spirits and the whoever's we call in this evening. But what we're going to do, so we're going to do a very brief recap on what we did last night, and then because it's a portal and you can't see the card, it's all the way over there, but I showed you it yesterday. It's a portal. The higher heart chakra is a portal to the universal love consciousness. Okay, so who knows where we're going to go? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Oh my god, it's quite exciting. And then what we'll do is we'll come back, ground, and then depending on how, if we got anyone on the actual live, on the live feed, watching the live feed, then I will share the Zoom link so you can come and chat with us afterwards, which won't be live streamed on YouTube. Okay, it'll just be private chat, so you can talk about your experiences. So I don't think there's anything else I need to say. So without further ado, are you keeping that playing in the background? That's quite nice. Cool. I like that. So first of all, we're going to ground. So when you're grounding, you can either imagine the hip width conduit that goes from your hips all the way down into the earth. Or you can imagine red swirling energy at the base of your spine. Or you can imagine roots going all the way down. Into the earth. Or if you know Sufi grind, you can use Sufi grind for grounding. It's very good for that. So whichever way you feel called to ground, you can do that now. Don't forget to breathe. So when you feel the lower half of your body start to get heavy, that's when you know it's starting to work. You might even find that your body begins to sway a little. Okay. So we're going to cast the circle. So when you're casting it, you can either cast it around your vicinity, or you can cast it so it fills the room, or the other thing you can do is you can expand it out and cast it around your actual home itself. Depends on what you want. So we're going to cast it in a Deosil direction, clockwise, from the east, moving south, round to west, north, and back round again. And we're going to use, we used the purple flame last night. I'm thinking light blue this time. But if you prefer a different color, then do that. Okay, so we're closing our eyes, and I want you to see the beginnings of that light blue flame as it encircles you or your home or your room that you're sitting in. Starting in the east, I want you to see that flame, that light blue flame growing and moving as we use the words circle cast, circle conjure, 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 circle cast, circle conjure. It's got a very different energy to the circle we cast last night, which is quite interesting. Okay, so I think we're just going to call Ariane, Rod, Mananon, and Lou. So we're going to call Ariane Rod first. Ariane Rod. You of the silver wheel, weaver of fate through space and time, we ask that you join us in our circle and you light the way for us as we move through the higher heart portal. Ariane Rod, goddess of the moon, we bid you hail and welcome. So I'm going to call Mananon next. Mananon, of the sea and of the marsh and of the lake, bringer of strength, triumph, and weaving with the water. Mananon, we ask that you join us in our circle to witness our magical workings and to guide us on our journey through the higher heart portal. Mananon of the heron, we bid you hail and welcome. So we're going to call Lou next. Lou of the long arm, master of all skills, all father, keeper of the spear, we ask that you join us in our circle. Shine your light where it's needed as we step through the higher heart portal on this eve. Lu, shining one, we bid you hail and welcome. Okay. So I want you to get yourselves into a comfortable seated position. Grab any crystals that you might want to be using. So I've got my Preciolite and the one whose name I forget. And my Demortierite, which is really good for traveling. What is this one? Can't remember the name of this one. But anyway, doesn't matter. So we're going to begin by connecting to the Mother Earth, Father Sky. What we did yesterday is we did the heart breath. So we'll just do 3 of those this evening. And then we're going to very briefly activate the 12 chakras that I use. They might not be the same as other people's 12 chakras, but that doesn't matter. If you know if you know 12 ones that are different, then use those. Then we will switch on the light and the DNA. We will do very briefly the expansion here, and then the expansion of the higher heart. And then we're going to move through the portal. And from there on in, I have no idea where it's going. Okay. So closing your eyes, grab any crystals if you want to use them. So I'm going to take you through this. It's going to be not fast, but it won't be slow either. Okay. So bringing your attention to the lower half of your body and just visualizing that conduit that is as wide as your hips, moving down through the earth, past the roots of the trees and the rock formations and the bodies of water, all the way down to the heart of the earth. And in the middle of the heart of the earth is the Earth Star, also known as the Earth Star Chakra. So just briefly make a note of what kind of a crystal that is for you personally. And then with an inhale, we're going to bring that energy all the way back up the conduit, all the way up, back into your body, all the way up to your heart center. And we're going to just hold that there. From here, we're then going up through the central channel, which moves past the throat, third eye, crown chakras, out of the top of the head. We're going to go through the Soul Star Chakra, through the Stellar Gateway, which is about another foot above the Soul Star Chakra, until we get to the void space. Space of the infinite possibilities, the quantum blackness of infinity. If you want here, you can just leave an intention. You can leave it there for the universe to do what it wants to. And then we're coming back down. All the way back down into the body to the heart center. Just feel that energy in your heart center. Okay, so we're going to activate the 12 chakras. So we're doing it the other way around, what we normally do, only because it works better for this particular meditation to do it that way around. So coming to just below the feet, where we're going to activate the earth chakra. It's called many things. It's also called the lower root or some such thing. Makes more sense to me to call it the earth chakra because it's your connection to the actual earth. And the color here is like a reddy brown color. So when I say the color and the placement of the chakra, I just want you to see it pulse, that color. Yeah, so it's a pulse. So reddy brown just below the feet, coming up to the root chakra, which is going to pulse a bright red at the base of your spine, coming up to just below the navel, where the pulse there is a bright orange, coming up to the solar plexus, where the pulse here is a bright yellow, moving up to the heart center, where the pulse is a grassy green color, coming up to the higher heart, which is where your thymus gland is, and the color pulsing here is a bright pink. Coming up to the base of your throat, the color pulsing here is a light blue. Moving up to between your eyebrows, where the color pulsing here is an indigo blue. Moving up to the top of the head, just a little to the back of the head, and the color here is a violet pulse. And now coming to the whole of the back of your head, where the color here is like a silvery color, like a translucent silver. Coming to a foot above your head, the soul star chakra is like a silvery pink color. And then about another foot above that is the glowing gold color of the stellar gateway chakra. So just sit in that energy as you've activated your 12 chakras. So there is actually one more above the stellar gateway. We're not going to go there today, but that's what connects you to the central sun, or Helios. But we're not going to go there today. Instead, we're going to come back to your heart chakra, your heart center. And we are going to switch on the light in your DNA so that every cell, every microscopic piece of your being will be lit up. So there are three stages in which you can do this. So if you haven't been doing this for very long, you can stay with all the light switches that you switch on one at a time. See how that feels as that then ripples out. If you've been doing this for a little while, what you can do is you can have a great big breaker switch, you know, like the big levers that you see in all the movies, where they pull it down and all the lights go on. That's the other way you can do it. The way I'm using it at the moment, so it's on just about all the time. Yeah, it's light. So I have a dimmer switch that I turn up. Yeah, and if the energy's a bit low, just turn up the dimmer switch. Yeah, it's very cool. So whichever one of those you want to use, closing the eyes, and we're switching on or turning up the lights in our DNA. So as you do this, this light radiates out from your heart center in waves of light. So one of the ways you can see this is if you've ever seen sunlight as it dances on water, and it looks a little bit like neutrinos. You can imagine it that way. So it's light as it flows and moves through your body to every part of your body, from the ends of your fingers to the toenails on your toes to the last little bit of hair on your head. Yeah, every part of your body gets flooded with this light, because that is what we are. Breathing. Just notice, without attaching, anything which maybe that light bumps into, maybe. Breathe. So once this energy, this light moves through your body, you might feel hot, you might feel cold, you might feel tingly, you might feel like the top of your head has got something strange dancing on the top of it. It might feel like you've got a breeze moving around in front of you. For me, it feels like I am sitting in ice. So I'm sitting in a room full of ice. That's what it feels like for me. Ian gets the heat, but it can manifest, this energy can, how it feels will be different. Okay. So we've switched on, turned up the light in our DNA. So we're going to bring our attention back to the heart breath, back to the heart center, sorry. We're going to do the heart breath. So we're just going to do 3 of those here, and then we're going to move it up to the expansion of the higher heart. We're going to go through the portal. And what I will do when we go through the portal, I will relay what I am seeing and feeling. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. This is unknown territory. Okay. So the heart breath. When we do this, so we breathe in for 4, we hold for 4, breathe out for 8. Yeah, even if that's too much, do 2, 2, 4 instead. Okay. Or if you want to be really brave, you do 8, 8, 16. That's a challenge. So when we breathe in, we feel the expansion through the heart center with color green. Yeah. And then as we hold that, as we hold the breath or suspend the breath, we're containing that energy, so that then when we breathe out, we're going to direct that energy from here out to the world, or to specific people, or back to yourself. You can do that as well. We're going to do that 3 times. Okay. So closing the eyes, bringing your focus, your attention to your heart center. Okay. So we're going to breathe in for 4. Feeling that expansion in the chest. Pause for 4. We're containing that energy. And then we're going to breathe out for 8. So it's almost like you're sending that, it's almost like a beam, almost. A bit of a fluffy beam. But it is like a beam. We're going to do that again. Breathing in for 4. Suspend the breath for 4. Breathing out and directing that energy to wherever you want to for 8. And if you have a particular deity that you're connected with, you could send that to them, because that is probably the highest gift you can give to a person or a deity, an energy, or yourself. Okay, one more time. Breathing in for 4. Suspend the breath for 4. Breathe out, direct that energy to wherever you wish to for 8. Come back to normal breathing. So coming up to the higher heart, so if you want to, you can place 2 fingers on that sticky outer bit around there. Just so that you get the focus. Yeah. So what we're going to do here, so we're going to do the expansion. So when we breathe into our higher heart, because we're not used to doing that, what you might find is that, because there's an expansion in a place where we don't normally do, yeah, we don't normally do expansion in this area, yeah, even though our lungs come all the way up to here, so you can actually use the full capacity of your lungs normally anyway, but we're not taught to do that, yeah, but you can do that. So it might feel slightly strange, it might feel slightly tight, it might feel slightly tingly, yeah. Try and stick with it, yeah, because all that is just the energy of expansion. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to do the 4-4-8 breath again, but this time when we do the breathing out for 8, I want you to relax into the space that you've created through the inhale. Okay, this is something we used to teach in our yoga classes. So when you breathe in, everything expands when you breathe in, yeah, and then you contain the breath, you hold the breath, so you hold the space, so that then when you exhale you can relax into that space that you've made, which is what we're going to do. Okay, this is the intention. It's all about intention. So finding your higher heart. Okay, so you've got your focus. So intend to breathe into this space. Okay, it's about the intention. So we're breathing in for 4. Contain the breath for 4. Breathe out for 8. Breathe in for 4. Suspend the breath for 4. And as we exhale, we're going to release into that space. Breathe in for 4. Suspend for 4. Out for 8. And release into that space. We do a couple more of these. Suspend for 4. Breathe out and release for 8. One more time. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Out for 8 and release. So you can keep your fingers, your 2 fingers on that space if you want to. Okay. So I want you to see in this expanded, relaxed space of your higher heart is the color, it's a bright pink. And it's like an archway that's made of light. And the light is the color pink. And inside this archway of light is like a slightly darker pink color. It's like a more of a like a dusty pink color. And it's moving slightly. Doesn't look like water. It's like a cross between smoke and water kind of effect kind of thing going on. So if you're ready, we're going to move towards this doorway, portal, higher hearts, gateway. And we're going to move through underneath the archway of light. And when you get through to the other side, there's a smell. It's like flowers, but it's more than that. It's like everything has a scent, everything. So although you can, it's going to sound strange, although you can smell everything, it's not overwhelming. It's just on the air. And it's just a really warm smell. That's the only way I can describe it. It's a warm smell. It's got a slight spiciness to it, but it's a slightly warm smell. It's warming, inviting. That's what I'm calling it, inviting. Okay. So if any of you are seeing some kind of a path, then, I mean, it just keeps going, this path. It's up to you if you want to walk down that path. I'm actually quite intrigued by the colour of, it's not even grass, I don't even know what it is. Not grass. Wow. It's like a light mint, it's like a light minty green colour. The colour of mint chocolate chip ice cream, that really light green mint colour. And there's other colours in there as well. It's not grass though, I don't know what it is. It's quite interesting. But there's other colours as well. You've got light blue in there. There's like it's a weird purple. It's not normal purple. It's purple you can eat. I have no idea what that means. It's purple that you can eat. I have no idea. Try some if you like. I have no idea what that means. Can't see anything that looks like trees, and there's nothing that looks like buildings. There's just this minty light green and like splotches of this light blue and this strange purple that you can eat. It's really weird. I'm not sure if there's a sky. I don't know. No idea. But there is a path. There's definitely a path. It's white, funny enough. And it's not a path, it's more like a track. Quite narrow. With this strange green, light blue, splotchy purple thing either side. So we can walk down the path then. Let's walk down the path. See where it goes. There's not even any, I can't see any animals yet. I don't know if you can. You might see other things that I don't see. So just kind of observe and just make a mental note, because I'd love to know what you see here, because I don't know, it could be different for all of us, I don't know. Oh, there's a window. There's a random window. If anyone else gets a window, that's really mad. It's a white framed window with a windowsill, and it's the kind of like the old kind of Edwardian windows one of those, the small panes of glass. Random window. Should we go through the window? Should we go through the window? Let's go through the window. See where that goes. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. It's like a glass. I've gone through the window and it's like glass, and underneath the glass floor, for want of a better word, is water. Quite strange. Interesting. And the water's just normal water, actually. It's not any strange colour, it's just normal water. So I'm kind of I'm kind of looking down at this water, like after climbing through the window, and it's fascinating. Is there anything in front of me? Really, just carries on. So anything? Okay, I'm gonna go back out the window, but it's up to you if you want to keep going along that. I have no idea. It just carried on going, a bit like the path outside. So I'm going to come out, back out the window, and go back down the path. Okay. Path is still white. But the colours, it's almost like they're a darker shade of the colours that they were. I don't know why. It's like someone's turned down the brightness, if that makes sense. I don't know if there's day and night here. I don't know. Possibly. Who knows? Okay. I've got a tower. It's very strange looking. It looks like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. It's a very thin, narrow tower with a really pointy. It's like a turret with a very, very thin, pointy roof on it. It looks like it's been stretched almost. A stretched tower with windows going all the way up. It's light blue, so it stands out against the darker colours. It's very, very bright light blue with a red. The bit on the top is red, bright red, just like, oh blimey. So colour's been turned up on that one. Just that piece, funny enough. There's someone coming out of the tower. No, they've run past you. Clearly not for you. Don't know what that was about. Okay. Do we want to go in? I don't know. If you want to go in, go and have a look. I'm still curious as to what else is down this path. You're going to have... No, I don't know. Who knows? Okay. So if you want to go and have a look in the tower, in the stretched tower thing, then you can go and do that. on looking around, it's almost like there are things waiting to, just kind of waiting in the ether. I don't know if that makes sense. So I can see a bridge, but I can't see the bridge. So it's like it's there, almost like a spirit, but it's not there. So if I went and tried to touch it, I don't know if I would be able to or not, because it's not yet fully in this space. Does that make sense? So there's a bridge. It's like a stone arch bridge, like a little bridge that would go over like a small river or something. I can feel water again. Can't hear it and I can't see it, but I feel. I just realised that Ian's playing the ocean drum. It's like it's really water. Oh my goodness. I can feel it here though. It's here. It's in my higher. It's at my higher heart chakra. I can feel water there. It's interesting. Although I can't see it, I feel it. Yeah, does that make sense? See something. What is that? Looks strange. You know the old TV aerials that they had two, they have like a little dome bit and two bits coming out, and then a bit that went between the two, so it looked like an antenna almost. That's what it was. Looks like that, but without the bit going between the two, so it's just two bits, like making a V shape sticking out of the ground. It's white, bright white. Very active around my higher heart right now. Is this? There's a lot of energy coming out. Feel it. It's like radiating. I don't know if you're feeling that at all. Still grounded, but this is very active. Okay. We've got something that looks like it might be a keyhole. Possibly, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a keyhole or not. I think what we're going to do is there is a door off to the left, and above the door is an exit sign. Wow. So we're going to come through that door. We're going to move through that door. And we're going to come back to our physical body, where you are sitting. So I just want you to place your hands, left hand first and the right hand over the top, connecting to both your heart and your higher heart. So place it over both. We're going to take 3 deep breaths into the body. Letting go. And again, breathe in. And let go. And again, breathe in. And letting that go. Just taking a couple of normal breaths. Really feel your hands connecting to your heart, your higher heart. Really start to feel yourself back in your physical body. Feel the heaviness of the lower half of your body. If you're sat on the floor, you might need to move a bit because you might be at bottom ache. So we're going to take the first 2 fingers of both hands and plug them down into the earth. This is a really good way for grounding after any kind of magical work. It's also really, really good if you do it outside and actually stick your fingers in the earth. It's amazing. So we're going to visualize that ball of white light above your head, which then moves down through your body, picking up any stray or spare bits of energy that you don't need, and it's going to recycle them back to the earth. So it moves down, all the way down through your body, out through your feet, down to the earth. You can do that a couple of times if you want to. Don't forget to breathe. So something else you can do here. Again, you can visualize that red swelling energy at the base of your spine. So when you feel ready, okay, so what we're going to do to wake up the body is we're going to lightly pat down our arms, one side and the other. Do the back of the neck, top of the head. Be quite light on the top of the head, back of the neck, chest, as much as you can, working down the body, all the way down. Oh, rub the hands together. Oh my goodness. Place the palms over the eyes. I can see the water now. Oh my goodness. Shimmering water. Wow. Release your hands when you're ready. Open the eyes. Oh my goodness. Wow. So have a sip of water.
Down, mother. Down.
So we're just going to thank Debo from Close while he is chanting this amazing chant.
Down.
So we're going to thank the deities, Ariane, Rod, Mananon, and Lu. Ariane, Rod,
Grounding.
we thank you for your guidance, shining your light and your wisdom on this eve.
Down.
Stay if you will, go if you must. We bid you hail and farewell.
Grounding.
Mananon of the water.
Grounding.
We thank you for joining us in our circle for this journey.
Mother.
Stay if you will, go if you must. We bid you hail and farewell.
Mother.
Lu,
Grounding.
Shining one. We thank you for shining your light and for your great wisdom as we've made our journey through the higher heart on this eve. Stay if you will, go if you must. We bid you hail and farewell.
Grounding.
So visualizing that circle of blue flame, or whatever color you wanted, as it slowly begins to die down, and that energy comes back to you. This is your energy. And as that energy comes back to you, we're using the words,
Grounding.
may the circle be open but unbroken. May the God and the Goddess be ever in your hearts. Merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. Wow. Wow. Fucking hell, where the fuck was I? Because I was going to tonight. Wow. I have no idea where I went. Does anyone else know? Because I don't know. Wowza. So let me just go and have a looky look. Pardon me. Library. channel. See. Just have a look. She's still live. Let's go and see what's going on. If we've got any people on here. It's telling me I've got too many things on my laptop. Well, I've got 3 things open. Whoopsie doodahs. Right. We are live. Let's have a look and see. One watching. Okay. So what I'm going to do. Tell me I've got too many things on my laptop. Let's go to Andy. Thank you. I'm going to grab the link. I've got it in there. Meetings. Bear with me, people. Things on a go slow. There it is. Get the link. Can I grab the link? Copy invitation. Copy invitation. There we go. So, if you want to come and join us over in the chat, because I'm going to too many letters. Oh my god. Right. Zoom meeting. There we go. Join the Zoom meeting. There we go. Right. So there's the link. If you want to come and join us on the Zoom, because I'm going to turn off the live feed to YouTube now. Thank you for joining us on the YouTube live. So we're going to stop the live stream. So if you want to come and join us on the Zoom chat, because I'm intrigued as to what you saw in that